This is the concern of the Indian spiritual traditions. It's to find a cure for unhappiness. It's common to both Buddhism and Hinduism. Brahma said to Bharadvaja, "Go to the sage Valmiki and pray to him to continue to narrate the noble story of Rama in such a way that the listener may be freed from the darkness of nescience." Not content with that, Brahma, accompanied by the sage Bharadvaja, arrived at my hermitage. So here we've got Brahma, the creator, quite a different figure to Jehovah from the Middle East. I don't know whether I should say much about Brahma. Although he's a creator, he doesn't seem to have the same status in the Indian traditions as, say, Shiva, who's also known as the destroyer. Shiva seems to be much more popular, or Krishna. As far as I know, there isn't actually a cult of Brahma, and he doesn't get worshipped as such. So perhaps creation isn't so important in the Indian tradition. Anyway, Brahma and Bharadvaja turn up at Valmiki's hermitage. After receiving due worship at my hands, Brahma said to me, "O sage, your story of Rama shall be the raft with which men will cross the ocean of samsara. Hence, continue its narration and bring it to a successful completion." Having said this, the creator instantly disappeared from the scene. As if puzzled by the abrupt command of Brahma, I requested the sage Bharadvaja to explain to me what Brahma had just said. Bharadvaja repeated Brahma's words. "Brahma would like you to reveal the story of Rama in such a manner that it would enable all to go beyond sorrow. I too pray to you, O sage, kindly tell me in detail how Rama, Lakshmana, and the other brothers freed themselves from sorrow." I then revealed to Bharadvaja the secret of the liberation of Rama, Lakshmana, and the other brothers, as also their parents and the members of the royal court. And I said to Bharadvaja, "My son, if you too live like them, you will also be freed from sorrow here and now." So here we've got the setting again, the setting for the dialogue between Rama and Vasistha. It's put in a cosmic perspective involving no other than Brahma, the creator. Valmiki goes on, "This world appearance is a confusion, even as the blueness of the sky is an optical illusion. I think it is better not to let the mind dwell in it, but to ignore it. Neither freedom from sorrow nor realization of one's real nature is possible as long as the conviction does not arise in one that the world appearance is unreal." So it's not just about freedom from sorrow. What we're looking for is realization of one's real nature. Realization of one's real nature. And we have to, in order to have realization of our real nature, we need to understand the nature also of the world around us, the world which we interact with. And he talks about the world as being unreal. I think we've got to be careful with words like ignore and saying things are unreal. What it means is we have to explore our relationship with the world. We have to explore our assumptions about it, our feelings about it, how we relate to it. I think we have to take a questioning attitude. So the conviction that the world appearance is unreal arises when one studies this scripture with diligence. It is then that one arrives at the firm conviction that the objective world is a confusion of the real with the unreal. And if one does not study this scripture, true knowledge does not arise in him even in millions of years. So there's quite a lot of hard sell going on here for this scripture. Moksha, another word for liberation, is the total abandonment of all vasana, or mental conditioning. Now we're getting to the point. Vasana, mental conditioning, without the least reserve. So mental conditioning is to do with our ideas, our notions, our beliefs. This is what we need to abandon. So that's mental conditioning, or vasana. It's just the Hindu term. Mental conditioning is of two types, the pure and the impure. The impure is the cause of birth. The pure liberates one from birth. The impure is of the nature of nescience and ego sense. These are the seeds, as it were, for the tree of rebirth. On the other hand, when these seeds are abandoned, the mental conditioning that merely sustains the body is of a pure nature. Such mental conditioning exists even in those who have been liberated while living. It does not lead to rebirth, as it is sustained only by past momentum and not by present motivation. So I suppose what Valmiki is a bit worried about, if we say the world's unreal, then we might just lead to not engaging with it altogether. But there are still things we have to do. There are natural inclinations like eating, defecation and all the rest of it, and these are quite natural. These are quite natural forms of conditioning which allow us to engage with these processes. I shall now narrate to you how Rama lived an enlightened life of a liberated sage. Knowing this, you will be freed from all misunderstanding concerning old age and death. So then we begin with the story of Rama. Upon his return from the hermitage of his preceptor, Rama dwelt in his father's palace, sporting in various ways. Desirous of touring the whole country and visiting the holy places of pilgrimage, Rama sought the presence of his father and asked to be permitted to undertake such a pilgrimage. The king chose an auspicious day for the commencement of this pilgrimage, and on that day, after receiving the affectionate blessings of the elders of the family, Rama departed. Rama toured the whole country from the Himalayas downwards, along with his brothers. He then returned to the capital to the delight of the people of the country. The story of Rama will continue.